Hi, my name is Rebecca, and I am the owner and creator of Hike Lemonade. I first want to tell you my origin story. So, I started about 3 years ago over at RFK Stadium at the farmers market. The flea market's been around for longer than I've been born, so over 30 years. I used to go there as a kid, and something in my head said, like, something I've always wanted to do was hold a lemonade stand. That was something I've always wanted to do. So probably about, yeah, so 3 years ago, this was still like the shutdown. And it was like right after the shutdown, I just started teaching or working in the school system. I had told somebody I was talking to at the moment that I had wanted to hold a lemonade stand. Their response was, "Don't you think you're too old to have a lemonade stand?" I said, "Well, you never know. Like, I just want to try it. If I fail at it, I can always stop. But I just want to know, just see what happens." So I went on ahead and did it, and I've been doing it ever since. I know now the whole freshly squeezed lemonade thing is become popular now. But I've been doing it for, yes, 3 years, and there wasn't really that many. Actually, there wasn't really anybody doing it. I probably was like the only person in my area kind of just doing it and creating some sort of success. From the flavors, and so as you might see people doing like the freshly squeezed lemonade, they're using syrups. I don't use syrups. I don't use syrup. I didn't use syrups. Now for like super huge markets, now I'm doing super huge festivals. I do use syrups for that. So I will admit, for super huge festivals where I know there's gonna be thousands of people there, yes, I will use syrup for that. But for the main markets that I use fresh fruit, and it kind of started as an accident. I originally didn't know where people was getting the syrups at. I just didn't know what people would do. Like, I just didn't know where people would get it at. I was looking for like that strawberry, that frozen strawberries that people get to put on top of their strawberry shortcake. But the Safeway or the store that's next to me, it's always lacking. So actually I couldn't find any tea. So I wound up creating my own recipes. Just starting out with strawberry. Then from there, I started doing creating different flavors. So the next flavor I did was the calm lavender. I noticed like the audience level for the farmers market is mostly elderly. So I don't do too sweet. Even though those at that market, there are quite a few people who like diabetic sweet, crack sweet lemonade, and I allow people to customize their own cup. So this was something was inspired by me doing in the shower. I was in the shower and I said, well, you know what? I know this, that, when you go out to eat, people just get mango, people get strawberries. Let me start trying to do some sort of blends. I know blueberry is something that now it's becoming more popular, but it wasn't. 2 or 3 years ago, you couldn't find like a blueberry lemonade. 2 or 3 years ago, it wasn't really a thing. So I've been doing this flavor for about 2 years. And I wanted something that was calming, something that's relaxing. So I blended some blueberries and some herbs, which would be lavender, something that would make you kind of fall asleep. Something, and by me working with kids, I noticed that a lot of their drinks they drink are really sugary. They have higher energy naturally. But I wanted something that, their parents wanted to give them something to drink that will make them fall asleep. Said, well, maybe let me try, put my hand in it. Doesn't make them fall asleep. I don't know. I haven't tried it on kids. Now, this flavor as well, this was something I also discovered from people who were who told me they had cancer. And so when they would come out and they would drink certain things, the chemo in itself throws flavors off. So let's say if you're eating chicken, yeah, they know there's chicken in it, but they might not be able to taste the chicken. If there's strawberry, yeah, they know that there's strawberry in it, but they can't taste it. However, with this, they can taste the flavor. So if you are sick, or if you have cancer, if you're looking for something that makes you taste again, the calm lavender, it's our girl. This is it. This is one of the most popular flavors. This, and then the berry, my berry blast, are the most popular. So again, going back to the story. So I've been doing, I was doing freshly squeezed, and I said one day, for the flavors that I was creating down at the market, I wanted to make bottles. I wanted to sell in stores. I wanted other people to try me out, even when I'm not being tried out. And so I was looking for a commercial kitchen. And so the commercial kitchens that are located in DC, they're expensive. They're expensive. They're high. Anybody who's been working in a commercial kitchen, they're high. And so it was a woman who, shout outs to Kim, she does, if you're ever at the farmer's market at RFK, they have some delicious cakes. They usually making breakfast or like a fish dinners over there. And she invited me to be a vendor at her gay pride event. And so there was a woman at one of the gay pride events that I met last year. And so when I do vending at like different, for larger festivals and stuff, I also bring my cousin on too. So if you've seen like the signs, if you've seen signage that look the same, if you're in the DC area, you've seen signage that look the same as me, it's usually her. So usually either we're together or we're separate. She's doing her own thing. She found something. I don't have a market at this time, so I usually let her use my stuff. It is, share the wealth. And so my cousin, she was there. She was like, "Oh, go ahead, talk to him." So go around the network. So I went around and networked a little bit. And this lady, she was just like, "Oh, I've been having." She owns a cafe, I believe. And I asked her, did she always have a commercial kitchen? Like, how did she start? Blah, blah, blah. She said, "Oh, I started at this." She's like, "Well, I always had this, but I know a woman who rents out to smaller people. She has like bakeries up in Silver Spring, blah, blah, blah." And so she gave me her number. I gave her a call, and I've been using her kitchen for I'm on my second round. A year and a half. So I am a DC business, but I manufacture in Maryland. And so the more I taught, it was teaching in itself. So this is kind of like about lemonade, but it's not. Teaching in itself, it is stressful. Working in the school system is stressful. I do like kids, but I don't like the system in which we have to operate in. It is stressful. I would come home and just want to just decompress. Like, I don't want to see anybody for days at a time. It takes anybody who's working in the education field, like, if you know, you don't, once you're off work, you don't want to and especially if you're working in like high stress schools. Like, not every school is created equal. I worked in an area where I had a lot of kids who had a lot of trauma, especially coming back from COVID. A lot of kids weren't treated equally during COVID. Not a lot of people had parents. Some people had parents, but some people had parents that were in jail. Some people was going home to home. Some people was going home to people who didn't even like them. So they had to scrounge around the community for food. So it was just a lot. And they bring, like, of course, you know, people bring their problems to school, but I wasn't equipped. I wasn't prepared. I'm not trained. And there wasn't any training for that. And it was just so much stress. And so the lemonade stand was kind of like my own slice of, or piece of heaven in a sense. And I was still able to create income without all the stress of it all. And you can love children, and it's like you gotta love people kind of somewhat for afar, especially if you're not trained. If you're not trained in certain details, if you're not trained to work with children, all their parents are in and out of jail, and they're coming home with no food, and they got this issue and that issue and this issue and that issue, and they're all like, it's all in one, and it's just like a pot that's just brewing. If you're not trained and you don't know what to do, it can weigh heavy on you. It can weigh some people. I came across some staff members who almost had a heart attack behind the stress of it all. It was just a lot. And so the lemonade was like the slice of heaven, and I was able to kind of like get children or teach children how to even have their own stand at one of the schools I was at. Teach them how to have a stand, create their own income. I wasn't teaching them how to do the exact same thing, but you know, the basics of it all. If they wanted to do that, they could. I even teach my little cousins how to, or show them the way of you know, how to do certain things on their own, because they actually are interested. So I do teach them. And so I created Hype Lemonade out of a sense of trauma, but just talking to people and listening to their stories, it's an inspiration and it's a love letter to the people that I've met. The people, I sell to everybody, of course, but I live in a predominantly black community, and so that's who my audience is for the most part, and that's who I sell to for the most part, and I kind of know what we like. And so when I used to wait tables, whenever the black tables would come in, they would always, if there's lemonade on there, it's always a strawberry, it's always a mango. Oh, can you mix this? Can you give me a strawberry mango? I want to mix it. It's just us. We like fruitier flavors. And so I created different flavors in inspiration of people I've came across at the restaurant. So these are love letters. This is my fruit punch. I don't use anything artificial inside my drinks. It is all 100% all natural, 100% all fruit. Some fruits I even went to a farm and gathered. Shout outs to Harvest to Health, and they have some nice watermelon. If you go to the Soul of the City farmers markets, you can pick one up. But this is my fruit punch. And this one contains some strawberries, some mango, pineapples, peaches. And I would love for you guys to not just try my lemonade, but I want to show you my journey of how I started, what I'm doing, and maybe I know I'm an inspiration to you all. So I'm gonna probably edit that part out, but this is my dedication. I would love to take you on my journey. I'm trying to get into more stores. So tomorrow I will show you the pop-up. So bye.